Hello, so my name is Kevin Shortiss. I studied physics and mathematics from 2011 to 2015 in UCC. And I was asked to speak about my experience studying in UCC and also what I've done since my undergraduate degree. So to begin, I chose physics out of Leaving Cert as I was super interested in physics. I think I had a great teacher and she really inspired us to ask questions like, why does that happen, or, what would happen if? But when I think I got to college, it definitely took a good while to adjust. So the pace of the lectures was going way, way faster than I was used to in school. And we would cover material so quickly in a lecture that I would have had weeks or months to come to grips with or understand in secondary school. And it wasn't really until the end of first year, I think, that I started to feel like I was adapting to the pace of college, and it really did take that long to get comfortable sitting in a lecture hall and listening to what the lecturer had to say. At the end of my undergraduate degree, again, I had a big choice to make, and it felt like I was leaving secondary school again. It felt like I was trying to fill out my CAO. But I was fortunate enough to have done some internships in two different research groups during my undergraduate. So I did an internship with the Photonic Systems group in Tyndall, and I did an internship with the Integrated Photonics group that's split between UCC and Tyndall. Doing those two research positions in photonics-based groups kind of gave me an idea of what photonics was like, and it also let me know what research was like. And so after my degree was finished, I kind of decided that, hey, I like doing that research over the summer, and I wanted to continue doing that, I guess. So in 2015, I started my PhD. My PhD lasted roughly 4 years, so it was a big commitment to take on at the time, but I actually really enjoyed it. I think when I was picking my PhD topic, what I really wanted was something that was tangible, so I wanted to be able to do simulations, but also do some theory and also be able to test the theory and simulations that I've done in a lab, in an experimental setup. And I was really fortunate that I could do that in Tyndall. So I had both my own lab setup, but then I was also able to run my own simulations and figure out some theory and to explain what I was seeing. So I think my PhD went reasonably well in the end. I was part of a pretty strong team in the Integrated Photonics group, and my supervisor was super supportive, and he always supported a decision I made or what I wanted to do in the project. I was able to finish up my PhD project in February 2020. I was really lucky because it was right before the university closed. At the end of my PhD, I actually had a good idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted to continue doing research. So recently I started a postdoctoral position in Lund University, Sweden, and the project I'm working on has two separate parts. The first part deals with imaging deep inside the body. So the idea is that you send in an ultrasound pulse and you send in a pulse of light at the same time. Wherever the light interacts with the ultrasound, the frequency of that light is shifted, and then if you can detect that frequency shifted light, you can actually image deep inside tissue. So you can image hopefully up to 5 centimeters inside the human body, which would allow us to detect strokes or tumors, or it could even detect heart disease. The second half of my current project uses slow light to stabilize a laser. So in some crystals, you can create this slow light effect, which effectively reduces the speed of light by a factor of 10,000 or 30,000 even. So it's still going very fast, but I mean it's much, much slower than it normally is. And that causes a crystal that's only 1 centimeter long to look maybe a couple of 100 meters long. And using those crystals, you can then stabilize a laser very, 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 very well. So I think I'm quite lucky to have gotten my position right now. And I really enjoyed studying physics in college and all throughout my PhD. Otherwise I wouldn't still be doing and researching physics today, I guess. I know this year is probably going to be tough to adapt. Like I said earlier, I mean, I found it very difficult to adapt when I was coming to first year, and with everything the way it is right now, it'll probably be difficult, even more difficult for the first years this year. But I hope you still enjoy studying physics. And the final thing I'd like to say is that I definitely didn't get to where I am right now on my own. You know, always when I was studying with my classmates, we'd always talk about problems, share things we thought were too difficult, or share things that we could help each other out with as well. And I hope that continues. I hope that, you know, with everyone trying to stay distant and trying to stay remote, that isn't lost. Well, thank you, and best of luck.